Welcome to Business Doctor. Today we are going to see how we can improve the comprehension skills of individuals. The problems people face in the organization is that when a manager tells him or her about the task or something what needs to be done, the person is not in a position to understand the importance plus not only that the content of the message itself. So which means that the manager gives the uh, tasks, whereas the person understands completely in a different way or rather in an opposite way. And when the work gets done within code that gets done, what happens is that it is completely out of sync with expectations. So either the manager is not able to communicate correctly or the receiver is not able to understand it correctly. In both the ways, it is actually the way you try to communicate. That communication happens only when you can understand the task or the work or the scope of work in a comprehensive way that you will be in a position to tell others. So, with this problem in mind, in my experience, what I have done in the past and what I have been advocating with quite a few people is interacting with me, is that you pick up a topic or a concept. It can be your work or it can be something which you do normally. So pick up a topic. If in case you are going to listen something, then you try to talk on that topic for about say 60 minutes or so. So if you can talk at length for about 60 minutes, then it will give you a message that how long you can talk about that same topic. What you can do is that concise to make it to 15 minutes and still talk and see whether you are able to deliver the same message. Once you are successful on that, then try to do the same thing in 5 minutes. So if you can give that story in 5 minutes, which you did in the in the past case, with 15 minutes or 1 hour, then you are able to understand to some level. Then again go on shrinking mode. Again, get into the same topic discussion for 1 minute and see whether you are able to tell precisely that point or whatever you talked for 1 hour in the earlier scenario. Once you are able to communicate precisely in 1 minute, then try to talk that in 15 seconds, because when you go up the ladder or when you are meeting some important persons, they may not give you no longer duration for you to talk. So the first 10 or 15 seconds of your conversation is going to matter most to them. So try to come across with that point in 15 seconds. Or in case if you are a writer, if you are not a speaker, if you are a writer, then do something like write in an 100 page, in whatever is your language which you are comfortable. Try to do that in 100 pages. Then the same thing you try to concise to 15 pages, then again to 5 page, then to 1 page, then in one sentence whether you can write the same story which you wrote for 100 pages, can you write it in one sentence. Then you have the elasticity of uh, going from 1 hour to 15 seconds or 100 pages to 1 second, one sentence, sorry. So that elasticity will give you a confidence that to whoever you are talking to, then accordingly you can communicate, you can understand and practice as well. Because if you become a leader tomorrow and you have to give a message to some audience, they won't give you, 1 hour to talk. They may give you 15 minutes to talk, or maybe if you are in a presentation, you may have to give probably 5 minutes to talk. So it will help you to do that. All these things are possible only when you have a comprehension capability to either communicate or to receive, or that is to listen. So this will help you uh, not only you communicate, you also, when someone is talking to you in that sense, then If he's talking for 1 hour, try to understand that crux of that 1 hour in 15 seconds. Or if you are reading a book or an article or something like that for 100 pages, try to understand the crux of it in one sentence. So it will, that elasticity from 1 to 100 or 115 seconds to 1 hour will help you to both communicate as well as to listen to someone else. I think this will ring a bell because in our early days in our schooling, there were a lot of comprehension tests, which obviously many of us would have missed that. That is the skill which is actually hindering the growth of the individual in an organization, as well as on a personal capacity. Hope this makes sense to you, and thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. This is Gokul for Mrs. Doctor. Thank you.